discuss about the dictionaries. First of all, we are going to understand this dictionaries. Just I am sharing the slide. Yes, coming to the dictionaries, already we know the dictionaries generally in your data structure, especially what is the meaning of dictionary. Well, general dictionary, when we want to search one word in that particular dictionary, just we are going to use with help of key. Even we can tell dictionary based on that first letter. We are having so many words, but we are checking our first letter, then second letter, then third letter. Like that, we are going to search. In the same way, even so many areas we are using these dictionaries. Even if we wanted to compare the data which having large volumes of information, then dictionaries is the good solution to find appropriate data. Here, in the same way, we already learned a dictionary concept in the data structures. Here also we are using dictionary. Here already we know hashing is nothing but a dictionary. Hashing is a technique we are using to develop the dictionary. Here also same nothing we are discussing, just a dictionary class is there. Already we know hash table and map. Already in map interface also we use the same thing. That's why here there is no any extra thing. But here in Java they are providing even dictionary also one of the abstract class. We are going to use how to use this dictionary. Otherwise already we know how to manage the data like your map. Same way, dictionary is an abstract class representing key value relation and works similar to a map, 100% similar to a map. Given a key, you can store value and when needed, can retrieve the value back using this key. Yes, already we know it is a key and value pair. Every time when you are going to insert the data based on the key only, even you are going to extract the data using the UI. Same like your hash table and map technique. But dictionary class also available in the Java. So we are going to understand how we are going to use the dictionary. Here, dictionary is having so many methods. Here, all methods we are going to understand with this example. Based on this example, we can understand what is the meaning of put method, what is the meaning of elements, get, is empty, keys, remove, and size. Here we are going to understand all these methods with this following example. Easily we can understand this example because already we are aware of hashing and map interface also. That's why it is very easy. You can understand very easily. Now coming to example, create a class. In that, here we are creating object for the dictionary class. Already I told you it is abstract class. Yes, with help of hash table. Sure, compulsory. With help of hash table only we are going to create because already I told you very clearly. Even map also we are going to create with help of hash table. Sure, we are storing the data in a hash table. That is a big important thing you must be remember because here without hashing technique we can perform sorting the data in the dictionaries, maps, wherever. That's why hashing is the very important technique. Already I told you many times. Now coming to first method, put method. What is the use of this method? Just the method we are going to use to insert the data. So when you are inserting the data, that must be required key. That's why here object, dictionary object dot put. This is a key value and this is a your value. We are going to store key and value. Again, I am going to insert one more value for 456. Here program. Here I am going to insert in my dictionary. Means whenever I call 123, it is going to represent code. 440, 456 is going to represent code. Like that, you can insert more number of elements. So this is the way we are going to insert the elements in the dictionary. Still, students are joining. I don't know why The reds are mentioned that circular. Please join as early as possible. Thank you. Now, after inserting, now I want to display the elements. Sure, already you know elements. What are the elements are there? Sure, element means code and program. These are the keys. Sure, that's why in this method, if you observe here, keys is nothing but that particular first property is a key and second property must be an element in the dictionary. That's why here elements. Now I want to display the elements. How many elements are there in this dictionary? I inserted two records. That's why it contains two elements. One is code, and one is the program. Here, when I want to display this particular elements, already you know very well in previous examples. Here, directly map, we cannot extract the data. That's why you have to use here I equal to, for loop I use here. Here you can declare this is a enumeration. You know already enumeration user defined data type. You know very well I equal to object dot element. Here I has more elements. Here nothing but it is going to apply the repetitive loop. That's why here yes I has more elements and colon there is no incrementation directly condition and incrementation I have written here. I dot has more elements. Here means that particular key contains more elements. Yes, true it is true because I is not a null. It contains some of the elements because I inserted two elements. One is code and another program. So that's why system.out.println value in dictionary. I dot next element. What is the I dot next element? First one is code. It is going to display. Again loop will be iterate. Next one is a program. Again loop will be iterate. There has more element, no element. Then out of that. So that's why elements are displayed. Code and program. Here it is going to display in the order one because you know already using key, right? That's why. Now get method. Here means particular element I wanted to display with help of key. Here using this get method we can use in the dictionary system.out.println value at key 6. Here geek dot get 6. Here now we are entering here key. Here what is this 6? Here 6 key is there in this list? No. Then it is going to display null. Here value at key 6 is null because no element at key 6. Yes, yes. Why? Because we are inserted only two elements with keys 123 and 456. Here, one more value I am going to verify with help of key get geek.get 123. Here now it is going to display the 123 is there, then it's going to display code as the output. So this is what exactly if you want to get the value with help of key, yes, you can get the value with help of key. Now coming to is empty means we are going to check that particular dictionary is empty or not. So simple using git dot is empty. Is this empty? No. Then it is going to return which value? Sure, false. Why? Because it is there some of the elements. So before insertion you write is empty. Then what happened? It is going to show true. Now it is going to show false because our dictionary contains two elements. Now, next one is the key method. Here, if you want to display the keys, then use this particular key method in the dictionary. Simple. Here we are going to use geek.keys. Instead of elements, you write here keys. Same as more elements, we can iterate the process. Now it is going to print the keys. What are the keys? 123 and 456. It is going to print. Now remove method. Now you want to remove particular method, particular element. Here, how to remove? Just object. Dictionary object is geek dot remove. Here, which element you want to remove? You have to specify the key. Here, now I want to remove 120. Now 123 record. But this code is going to remove. After removing, what is the outcome? Just check get geek dot get here 123. Now it will show null. Now it will show null. Why? After removing, so there is no control record because just we have removed gig dot remove that key. Then record is going to remove. If you wanted to know the size of that particular size method, if you want to know the size of the dictionary, then dictionary dot size. Now it will show only one because it contains only one element because we have removed one element. Here before this, if you want to check gig dot size, now it is going to show two elements. So this is the dictionary. Here nothing is different. It is than your map and hash table. It is almost similar, but only some of the methods are there. Especially the methods are put is inserting it is the same method. Here elements. Here elements and keys. So what is the element? What is the key? Here based on the keys, we can list out the elements and we can remove the element and we can access the elements. So these are the two things. And get the element, we are going to display particular element in the dictionary. We can use get. And if we are going to check that particular dictionary is empty or not using is empty method. And even if you want to know the size of that particular dictionary, use size. And if you want to remove particular element, yes, you can use remove method. Yeah, these are the methods are available in the dictionary. That's why you are going to use this dictionary to apply these methods whenever you wanted to access the data or maybe the sort the data or maybe whatever the purpose you want to use. So this is the dictionary. These are the methods we are going to use in the dictionary. Are you clear? Is this clear? Is it clear? Okay. Okay, good. I hope I am expecting everyone is executing the programs, maybe earlier programs also, then maybe it is easy. Yes, is it right? Okay. Shall we discuss next topic? It will be not understandable. For loop. Okay. Okay. Come to the someone J3 is asking for loop is little bit what? Okay, I will tell you. A simple for loop. Here, whenever we want to declare any variable, then you can declare the variable. Here, declaration using any data type. Here, if you don't know what type of data it is, then you can use user-defined data enumeration. Enumeration is user-defined data. Otherwise, if you want to use already it is string, right? As per knowledge, it is 1, 2, 3 the string. Then you can declare it is a string, not a problem. It's work. String I equal to sure what is geek? Geek is nothing but object of the your dictionary class. Dictionary class are predefined one. Please remember that in util package, right? Now elements. Sure, when we are going to assign this geek dot elements, when we are going to assign, what is the meaning? Here are the elements. Sure, how many elements are there? 2 elements, and code and program is going to assign with I. Now I contains code and program. So this is initialization. Now this is condition as well as incrementation, mean upgradation. How? Means here I means object dot has more elements. Means here I dot has more elements is a method. It is going to check the elements are available, has more elements. Elements are there. If there is no element, for example, there is no element, then it is going to show null. When it is null, there is no element. Now, when it is not element, out of the loop means false. It is going to print false. Here, condition. This is a condition as well as upgradation. That's what increment or decrement, whatever it is. So this is the method. Now, when it is true, I dot has more elements. Yes, more elements code is there. Now, true. If it is true, then comes to the next following state. What is it? System.out.println. The value in dictionary I dot next element. Here, what is the I dot next element? Code. Because here we are not moved to any element. Just we are going to check elements are there or not using this one. When elements are there, now it is moved to code. Now code is going to print here. After code printing, incrementation will be done. What is that? I dot next element. Here, next element. What is the next element? Program. Now it will be checked. I dot has more elements. Yes, elements are there. Program is there. Then true. If it is true, then it is going to print the I value. What is that? Program. After printing I value, it is going to move to the next element. Is there any next element? No element. If there is no element, now this condition method is what? I dot has more elements. I is having any more elements? No, false. If it is false, out of the loop. In the same way, same we are using here for even keys also. Sure, this method only has more elements. Same thing we are going to use. So this is the meaning of our for loop. Rule number J3, is it clear? Rule number J3. Rule number 5, J3, is it clear? Rule number 5, J3.
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Yeah, yeah. Shall we discuss? Shall we discuss next topic? Shall we discuss next topic? Okay. Now coming to next topic, hash table. Here as a table. Here you know already hashing things. Here what is the hash and how we are going to use hash. Now we are going to understand more features in this hash table. How we are going to understand today, we are going to discuss. Based on this discussion, we can understand how to really we can programize this hashing table constructions also. So this hash table class implements a hash table which maps keys to values. It inherits directory class and implements the map. This point is very important. Hash table is it inherits from directory, and when I want to implement the hash table, that must be implements with the map interface only. So this is very important point you must be remember. Now coming to some points we are going to understand for a hash table. The hash table is an array of a list. 100% hash table is a array. Yes, we are going to maintain the array of the data. Each list is known as a bucket. Okay, you can think bucket is nothing but a storage. You don't think a bucket is something. Bucket is nothing but a, some memory, some related memory, related category of memory. The position of the bucket is defined by calling the hash code method. Sure, using this hash code, we are going to define the position, particular position of the particular bucket. A hash table contains values based on the case. Same already I told you. Sure, this hash table contains same values based on the keys. But the difference, previous and this, the difference is here it is here. This is the main difference. The hash table class is synchronized. Whatever the earlier data structures we discussed, all are non-synchronized. But coming to here, hash table class is a synchronized. Means earlier, whatever the data we stored, it is stored in a non-synchronized fashion. Whatever the keys we are entering in the same order, it is going to store. But when you use hash table, when you are inserting, it is going to arrange the data in a descending order. The highest value first, next value. This is the synchronization is going to done without any interference. So this is the main difference you must remember. Hash table class contains unique elements. Yes, you know very well. Hash table class contains hashing techniques were used. That's why I told you only one difference you must observe here. That is hash table class is hash table class doesn't allow null keys and values. You know very well. And hash table capacity is 11 elements is going to accept. The loading factor is 0.75. The hashing that hash tree that is I think 16 elements is going to accept, but here it is 11 only. Now, when before discussing as table, two parameters we must be remember very important. Without this parameter, we cannot construct as table. So one is K. K, it is the type of keys maintained by the map. So this map, you know already we are to use interface map interface here to construct the as table. Here compulsory two parameters. One of the parameter is K. K is nothing but a key. So with help of key only we are going to maintain the data. V means it is a value. So what value we are going to map. So now coming to example for this, you can understand very same. Nothing is reference. Only one thing. It is a synchronized mechanism. That is what we are going to observe. Same here as table class I am creating here. Here the object of as table. Here first one is key is integer and value is string. That is what data type generic one I am using here. Now object dot put under key value and Amit 102 Ravi, 101 Vijay, 103 Rahul. Now I want to print the data. Already you know when we are using map directly we cannot traverse the data. You must use the entry set method to traversing. You know very well. Already we discussed in the map interface. Yes, exactly. So entry set method we are using to arrange the data. After using this entry set, now if you want to display the data one by one, compulsory you have to use map dot entry method. Already we know when we are using map interface. Yes, here also we are using map interface only to implementing of hash table. Already I told you very clearly beginning of the class. So now m contains that value. That's why system dot out dot m dot get key, m dot get value. So this is a synchronized structure. That's why your first what it is going to print, what is the highest key value here? 103 Rahul. Next 102 Ravi. Next 101 Vijay. Next 100 Amit. So this is the synchronization mechanism. So default it is going to store synchronization mechanism. So this is the example for the hash table. Is it clear? Any doubt? Is it clear or any doubt or any question? Please text in the chat window. Dear students, is it clear? Okay. Response is very slow. I think yeah, everyone is in sleepy mode. Now, what does J3? What does implicit function do? Adnan is questioned how it is synchronized, sir. Yes, first of all, entry set. Sir, already I told you maybe some J3 is absent in previous classes, maybe the map interface. Here, when we are using map interface, here we are putting elements in the hash table. Here, hash table is already I told you it is a inherited of your map interface. That's why compulsory it is through the map interface only. So now map interface directly cannot be iterate the elements. Already I told you this point earlier. Please go to my previous lecture. You can understand even go to my YouTube channel. So you can have the things. Now you must data you must traverse compulsory. You must use the entry set method. You must be convert or transfer your map interface data to one of the object which is maybe using entry set method. Yes, after conversion, now directly we cannot be display the elements because it contains key value and data value. That's why we need one more method, that is a map dot entry method. The map dot entry method, use this map dot entry method and you can be copy your object data into this map dot entry object. Now we can display each and every value. So this is the meaning of entry set and map dot entry. We already discussed this in a map interface with without generic and with generic one. Both the ways. Yeah, this is generic method. Generic method is very easy. We are going to avoid the things. Dear students, after 10 minutes, maybe it is going to again. You have to it is going to resuming. It is going to close again. You have to reconnect. Please remember this point. Uh, Now, is it clear? That one entry set function. Okay, J3 is clear. Entry set function. What is the meaning of entry set method? Now synchronization. Sir, already I told you the synchronization. I'll go just will go to the synchronization. Then we can understand map method. Okay. Just I am moving to map. How it is happened. Then you can understand. Simple. Go to the map. Where is the map? Operator. Yes, map. So now coming to the map. So just check it. So this is map is a non-synchronizer. Here we are inserted here. This is old style non-generic. Even you can check this J3. You can check this. Here a map. I am inserting the values. But when I am going to print compulsory, we have to use the map dot entry method. Without map dot entry method, we cannot. We must convert. When you want to display the elements, also we have to use map dot entry. All right, I told you very clearly. Right now, how it is going to display? One is Amit, two is Jet. It is what? It is exactly. It is not a synchronization. It is going to print. When you are printing, it is going to start based on the key. So this is what exactly non-synchronization. But here, when you are inserting in this hash table, the table already it is created. So just when we are creating, when you are inserting hm.put unnet Amit, so directly it is going to insert in the unnet location. Amit is going to insert it in the unnet location. Please, this is the very important point you must be remember. Here 102 is going to insert into where? 102 location. 101 is going to insert in the 101 location. 103. Rahul is going to insert in the 103 location. When I am going to print, only my hash table contains 4 elements. Then it is going to show only 4 elements. But which order it is going to print? First one is 103, 102, 101. Already it is already predefined thing. So this is the meaning. That's why it is a synchronized one. Insertion itself it is done in this order. Here map insertion is not done in that order. When you are going to print, it is going to sort the data. That's why comparators were used to arrange the data, whatever the order you want to arrange the data or sort the data. But here insertion itself it is going to done. That's why it is a synchronized one. Already things are existed. Is it clear? Is it clear, Adnan? Adnan, is it clear? Mr. Adnan, you question again. Okay. Chalo, I will discuss next example. The remove method. Now, particular element I want to remove. Very simple. That's why if you know that example, follow examples are very easy because already it is a synchronized one. Very easy, right? Already it is. I can tell you one example. For example, this hash table. If you are going to observe one example, when you visit any temple or any shopping mall somewhere, if you are having any belongings, then you are going to insert in one cabin. In that cabin, maybe serial numbers already existed. Already existed all cabinets serial numbers. When you are keeping your belonging, they will give one token. Yes or no? So one token. When you are coming back to the shopping mall, you must show your token. Then they will find that particular cabinet and they will return your belongings. Means it is already synchronized one. The same way here also already key wise already structure is already prepared. when you are inserting your data is going to insert into that particular key. So this is the meaning. Is it clear now? Is it clear? Okay. Now coming to in this hash table remove method, just simple. Just based on the key you can remove. We are adding Amit, Ravi, Vijay, Rahul. Here how to add? 103, 102, 101, 100. Because it is a predefined structure. Now before removing, your map is what? Here 103 for Rahul, 102 for Ravi, 101 for Vijay, 100 for Amit. Yes, exactly. Like your cabinets, already I told you very clearly. Now I want to remove one particular element. I want to remove 1 or 2. Yes, when I want to remove 1 or 2, which one is going to remove? Ravi is going to remove. After removing, how it is going to show? 103 Rahul, 101 Vijay, 100 Amit. Is it clear? Is it clear? Time is running. Please respond. Okay. Right. Get or default. Here, get or default. This is also very important method. Here, already 1, 2, 3, 4 elements were inserted. Here, using get or default means if the element that belongs to 101 element is existed in that particular list, it is going to show the value. If it is not existed 101, it is going to show default value. What is the default value? Not found. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4 elements I inserted in my hash table. Now just I am going to check system.out.println map dot means object dot get or default 101 comma not found. Default value is not found. I am checking which value 101. Get 101 or default value is not found. 101 is there. Yes, 101 is there. Then it's going to display value of 101 which is. Now I wanted to check get or default of 105. 105 is there in my hash table? No. If it is no, it is going to display the default value. You can mention whatever the default value here you can mention. Not found. So this is the way you can understand, you can implement your hash table, get or default method. Is it clear? Is it clear, everyone? Okay. Only very less members are responding. Only 5 to 6 remaining people. Repeat. Okay. Okay, I will repeat. No problem. Here, when meeting is stopped. No, not stopping. Meeting is going on. Okay. Right. Now, simple get or default. This is a method when the element is existed in the hash table, then it is going to display the result. When that particular element is not there in the hash table, it is going to display the default value. You can write whatever the default value you want. Here I have written not found is a default value. So that's why 101 is there. Yes, it is there. Then it never goes to the default value. It is going to display the value of the 101 Vijay. But 105, I'm going to verify get or default 105. 105 is there in the hash table? No. When 105 is not there in the hash table, then it is going to display the default value. What is the default value? Not found. Is it clear? J3? Okay. Now coming to put if absent. This is also one more method, very interesting method. Put if absent means if that particular data is absent, it is going to insert. Otherwise, it never inserted. For example, here I inserted Amit, Ravi, Vijay, Rahul along with these keys. Now I am going to apply map dot put if absent 104 Gaurav. Sir, 104 is there? No. If it is not there, now Gaurav is going to insert it in the 104 location. Again, I want to insert 101 with Vijay. Here, Vijay 101 is existed. Then I am trying to insert, but it never be inserted because it is there. Means condition put if absent. If 101 is absent, it is going to put. If 101 is already existed, it never put. So this is the another method, put if absent in the hash table. Is it clear? Clear, everyone? J3 is responded. Yes. Okay. Now